What's up, everybody? Call me Go Fast Lemnah. You already know. Kevin should stay off drugs. Now today, we're back with another rant and a new Lego set. Today we got the police motorcycle, and then we got the criminal. I think he's a bank robber. He's got some money. He's robbing the ATM. He is wanted, and the police are after him. I know what that's like. As you can see, I was temporarily housed at the NRADC, otherwise known as jail. And let's just say it's not a place that you ever want to find yourself in. And I was very unhappy with my accommodations during my stay. But let's get into it. We got some Legos to build. All right, guys. Go Fast Lemnah here. At one time, I was in trouble with the law. Not no more. Now I'm just focused on doing my best. So, we got these two bags. We got a 1, we got a 2. We got okay, so bag 2 is for the bank robber. Bag number 1 is for the police motorcycle. I really kind of want to do bag 2 first. Talk about Go Fast Lemnah. And tell you about my my cellmate, OG Legend Mark. Tell you about some of the people that I met while I was incarcerated. And yeah, this is gonna be a deep one, guys. So we got our bank robber. Okay, this is actually a really cool set because it's got a skateboard in here. Kevin Lemnah's pro skater in real life. Part of my recovery. Since I don't do drugs anymore, I just skate and play sports. And so I really like that. You know, we're trying to get Kevin paid, so I got some money, some Lego money. So that's a good thing. And yeah, we're gonna start. Where to start? There's just so much to tell. Yeah, this is a rant. So I guess we're gonna make our criminal. Let's call him Go Fast Lemnah for sure. Or we could call him OG Legend Mark, because OG Legend Mark was my cellmate. And he actually kind of looks like him right there. Check him out. He's a little angry. Mark is definitely angry. And he's got a little hat. He's got his crowbar. You already know, I know who is on that hit list. So if Mark ever gets the crowbar, I know who he's taking out. Please believe it. Like, Mark's kind of a dangerous man. But he does have a lot of love in his heart. He did look out for me. And he definitely threatened me multiple times. I literally thought I was going to die a couple times. But that is another story. The gunner was out to get Kevin. Yes, he didn't like Kevin. I had quite a few enemies in the jail. But, you know, as much hate as Mark has in his heart, he has got a lot of love, and he did look out for me. But he's bipolar. He could have snapped at any moment. He did listen to my rhymes and my chimes to pass the time, and then he'd get really annoyed, and he'd tell me to shut the fuck up. So we got Go Fast Lemnah. We got the skateboard. Whew, you already know I've been getting my skate on. So check out my skateboard series, The Perfect Ollie, where I'm trying to learn how to do the perfect ollie. Now I think, we forgot his backpack that he hides his money in. Yeah, but so we got Go Fast Lemnah on a skateboard, trying to do the ollie. Boom! All right, so that's cool. Now we gotta take his head off, rebuild him. That way he's got his money bag. So after he robs the bank, well, you already know Kevin's robbing the bank with my comedy. You better tell somebody to invest in Kevin. And if you don't invest in Kevin, you don't know what good content is. Please believe it. So, Go Fast Lemnah is ready to go skate and to make some money. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put his money in the bag. That way you guys know what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to get paid. I am trying to get all the money. So, we got our skater. We're about to begin. We're about to build this little ATM wanted thing. And yeah, so let me tell you a little backstory about Mark. Now, Mark is a career criminal. Call him a convict. And Mark had a rough life growing up. I'm not gonna lie. He opened up to me. He told me about his roots, and you know he definitely had a past. You know, I think coming, you know, having good family, good role models in your life definitely helps a lot. Mark didn't really have that, and you know, as a result, well, I didn't say as a result. You know, you make your choices. And anyhow, just Mark ended up finding himself in trouble over the years. I think by the time I met him, so we got our little safe here, so that's pretty cool. So now we can put the money in the safe, and then Go Fast Lemnah or Mark will go rob it. Because we're trying to get paid. We're both trying to get paid. I already told Mark, I wrote a song called Legendary Roommates. Because again, Mark was kind of a legend. Ain't like Kevin the Poet, the certified goat killer, BDK, Go Fast Lemnah, the real legend. The legend of the NRADC. I let them all know. I was still very much tweaking at that point. But I had a lot of confidence and a lot to say. Stay off of drugs, guys. Don't tweak. So we got our safe. We're about to put this together. So yeah, Mark ended up getting in trouble over the years. And by the time I met him, he had served almost, I think he said 26 years within, you know, the prison and the jail systems and all that. So he was a convict. You know, and, you know, it's very interesting. I mean, the world is just full of coincidences, magic. I mean, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I feel like it's serendipity or something like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Don't judge me on that one. But you know, Mark came from the same hometown that I was from. You know, we both grew up in Charlestown. It's actually crazy because Mark used to do construction work. I think he was a concrete man, and I'm pretty sure because my pops is a builder, learned from Jim. He ended up actually working on one of the properties, one of the houses that were building. You know, at some point. So it's just kind of crazy how, you know, paths cross and, you know, and just, you know, life is weird like that. But we had, yeah, so they ended up putting me in. So when I made it to phase 2, okay, my first cellmate in phase 1, his name was Justin. Justin was a dick. And after I came home, I actually saw Justin get locked up again. And Justin definitely threatened to hurt me the first or second night. He was an asshole. They were all mean to Kevin. But so when I made it to phase 2, I was put in, I think, 2CB at first, and then for a couple days, and then within a couple days or so, they ended up moving us to 2CD. So I spent the remainder of my time in the Virginia jail system in 2CD. But me and Mark were roommates, cellies. We had a decent spot the first time. The second cell block, it was horrible because they put us right down there on the first floor in the corner next to the microwave. So we had a lot of traffic. Mark did not like that at all. And I guess Go Fast Lemnah was a little rowdy. And, I guess I just brought a lot of attention to the homestead. Call it the kingdom. Mark was the king. I was the cup holder, the jester. And in biblical terms, is the cup holder tests the cup before serving it to the king. So in case someone tried to poison the king, the cup holders had that responsibility of, front line, like protect the king. So I lived to serve the king. But they all know Kevin was the real king. I just like making Mark happy. So, and don't take that the wrong way. I don't know. Mark needed love in his life, and don't take that the wrong way. Mark needed a friend way more than Kevin needed a friend. That's the best way, I guess I could say it. I don't know. He was a little bit of a depressive maniac. Definitely super psychotic. And anyhow, me and Mark, he was a solid cellmate. I guess was a bad roommate, And so OG legend Mark, I wrote him a song called Legendary Roommates, because again, Kevin, certified goat killer. That's my rapper name. And, I have a lot of rapper names. They call me Nutso. But in jail, thanks to Rico, I became OG Nutso. And he used to say, Nutso got the bitches and the hoes. Because I was a player. Not really. But my fame is going to give me a lot of bitches and hoes. So, I used to write my rhymes all the time to pass the time. Well, I used to write my rhymes while doing my time for my crimes or something like that. And, so that's what I'd do. I'd wake up, I'd get to writing. If I could get a tablet, I'd be listening to my music and just in my own little space. I'd play basketball and, I was a hustler. I used to make moves. I used to trade my milk for juice. I used to trade all my vegetables, most of my trays. And then until I got the soup connect, I'd trade soups for extra breakfast bags. I didn't drink the milk and I didn't eat the eggs, so I'd always trade my eggs. And I had to maneuver. So, spending time in the jail was just not fun at all. I really screwed up by getting in trouble. But let me tell you, since we're about to bring out the officer, which I think is a female officer, tell you what not to say to a woman cop. Because it will get you hemmed up very, very quickly. So, I'm about done with this one. He is wanted. Mark was wanted. But talking about the legendary roommates, Mark was the only man to ever escape. I'm like, this is a real deal. He escaped from the jail. I guess he found himself in a situation where he had the opportunity to climb up in one of the buildings. And he climbed all the way up to the skylight and out onto the roof. And he was on the run for like 3 days. And it was just crazy. So like he's a legend. Like he's the only person to have ever escaped the NRADC. That was my cellie, okay? Now, Mark knows he definitely fucked up there, and it's snowing outside, and I definitely just saw somebody drive down the road, which is crazy. Maybe they actually plowed. I'll have to go out there and look at it. I didn't think we'd see a plow for at least 2 days. I mean, we haven't gotten all that much snow, but I can't believe someone just drove down the hill. Like, they gotta be crazy to be going out into this mess. But yeah, so Mark was a legend. He did look out for me, you know. I wouldn't say he was the store boss, but you know, he threw me some danishes when I didn't have no commissary when I still got there. I'm not a fan of jail food. It's the worst food ever. And I did have Pops look out for me. He did send me money. He did put money on my tablet so I could listen to my music and text and, you know, just stay connected to the outside world. Even though I remember who did not pick up the phone and who did. Shout out my buddy Michael. Michael, you're a real one. You did pick up the phone. You did send me some money. Davis, you're not a real one. You did not pick up the phone. You did not send me any money. Kendra, she wrote me a letter, like a handwritten letter. That was love. Rest in peace to Kendra. She did not make it due to being a drug user. So that was sad. But she did write me a letter when I was locked up, and that meant a lot. Kendra was one of my plugs. So we got Mr. Skater, Go Fast Lemnah. We got OG legend Mark, Wanted. And you know we're about to rob the bank because we're trying to get Kevin paid. So get Kevin rich and skate away. I don't need the crowbar by any means. Excuse me. Just had a really good salad. You would never find the salad that I just ate in the jail. But I will say, compared to the West Virginia system, they actually have pretty good food at this facility. As Mark would say, it is the Hilton of the jails. And I kind of have to agree. Because compared to my stay in West Virginia, jeez, it was horrible. I did get to, you know, play rec in Virginia, get to play basketball. It was different. It was definitely an experience though. Like me putting this on this morning to get into character. It's not something I ever want to do ever again, really. But I had to be authentic. I have to let you guys know my past, okay? I was a tweaker official. But now, I came up with this in the jail. Turning what everyone assumes Kevin entirely represents. Because I'm more than a drug addict. I'm a music fanatic and a poet. Quoted. Nutso wrote it. I wrote a famous song in the jail called Bread for Head. You already know. The man with all the bread gets all the head. And yeah, I wrote a lot. I wrote a lot of words in the jail. I did like a bunch of courses on the Cypher Works. Not that it really accounts for anything, but I was committed to my education. I lost out on my school education by getting in trouble and going to jail. And I'm still feeling the repercussions from that. I missed out on something that I truly valued, my high school, you know, my college education. And then I lost out on time for my family. You know, I've gotten a lot closer with my sister, but please be real. My sister did not pick up the phone very often when I was locked up. She definitely didn't send me no money. But, you know, I was a screw up. I messed up. She didn't want to have anything to do with me. But now we're a lot closer since I've gotten sober and rebuilding my life. So, we got this. Number 2. We got Go Fast Lemnah. We got the ATM to rob. Kevin's rich now. I got my money. So now we're going to get into bag number 1. We're 20 minutes in. So, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. We just saw a vehicle drive up the hill. That's crazy. I can't believe these people are out there in that snow. So, I got arrested. And that was not a fun experience. And please believe it, I said the wrong thing to the cop. And it was a female cop, of course. There's a bunch of men cops that were around me when I was arrested. And I said, if you guys are gonna fuck me, you might as well let me fuck her. That's what I said to the female officer. Well, please believe it, she said, okay. Get in the car. And they transported me to jail. And that was not very fun at all. Because I guess whatever I said did not make them very happy. And I had an extremely warm welcome when I got to the facility. They said, get out the car and don't move. Well, I got out the car and I didn't move. But you know, they hurt me really, really, really bad. Like, they hurt me really, really bad. So as you can see, we got our female cop. And you do not tell her you want to fuck her. I said, if you guys are going to fuck me, you might as well let me fuck her. That's what I said to all the cops. And she looked at me. And she, again, I had a very warm welcome to the jail. They hurt me really, really bad. There's no denying about that. They hurt me really bad. So, here we go. We got our handcuffs right here. I've been in those more times than I care to admit, during my stay. I went to court like 4 or 5 times. One time I went to court and I didn't even have court. So I spent all day in a holding cell. Tell me, the Winchester holding cell in the courtroom is the most disgusting place in the world. Let it be known. I made it known. I said, I'm not happy with my accommodations. But they didn't care. Because again, they don't care about nobody. It's all about money and how many people they can incarcerate. And, just the court system's a total joke. And if you have money, you can definitely buy yourself out of anything. Kevin didn't have no money, and I was stuck. And I did have a really, really, really good lawyer in Virginia. My West Virginia lawyer is horrible. Please believe it. She got me the worst deal ever. And, yeah. And she was definitely in the court's pocket. Please believe that. Definitely. Which is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So anyhow, we got our police officer. You already know. She definitely wants to bang Kevin. I wrote it in a song too. I said, I have to find that poem because I said a lot in that one. I said a lot. I said a lot in all my poems and my songs. And I'm definitely trying to stay out of these handcuffs for the rest of my life. All right, so now she's got her little baton. Okay, we gotta make her a baton. And then if we take off her motorcycle hat, she's got this, she got her hairdo. So you can actually tell she's a female. We'll take off the motorcycle helmet. Maybe we'll put the motorcycle helmet on Go Fast Lemnah. So now you can see she's a whore. She's a police whore. Call her a slut. Who really wants to get fucked by Kevin up the butt. This girl, this slut. Call her a slut. I'm explicit, and I don't care, but please don't ban my videos, because I really have a lot of fun making them. But I'll tell you how it is. Fuck the police. Forever and ever. The police suck. Because they're not out to help you. They're out to get you. Please believe it. Now, I want to shout out Scheme, free OG Buck, free Rico. And Rico always just calls me and asks me for money. But so does Buck. But Buck always calls me prepaid, you know, and Buck's sister's really hot. So if you see this Jen, you already know Kevin has got a good heart. And you're really hot. So, free Buck, free Rico, free Big J, free Scheme, free my baby, Ashley, free my other shorty, Adrian, and to all my other prison bitches. But I'm in love with Ashley. I definitely like Adrian. So if you ever come home and you want this, the Moonwolf, Go Fast Lemnah, you already know I'm about to be a major success. DJ Climb, Kevin Lemnah, Piano Mafia, you know, the legend. And I'm definitely focused on my recovery. The Path to Darkness, a crystal clear story. It is my recovery documentary that I'm doing. So it'll be out sometime this year. It's probably gonna be one of my greatest creations of art next to my Lego videos. She said, I'm going to do a split. Right on Kevin's face. Lovely. Or as we would say in the jail, yum. Not many things were yum in the jail. I did like the pizza though. It was like school pizza. I like pizza day. I like chicken nugget day. Shout out Matt, okay? You already know, Goat Money Gang. Not Matthew the Nerd. Matthew the Nerd did some foul shit. He'll be in prison for a while. And but my other buddy Matt, he came home. He had a really good lawyer. He also had rich parents. So if you see this, Matt, I hope you're doing good. And yeah, just too many people to name. Shout out Ryan, my brother Ryan, my neighbor, okay, my tweaker neighbor, Loose Cannon, aka Lee. Okay, Lee's brother Ryan was locked up in the jail with me, and Ryan was actually a really, really good dude. So shout out Ryan. He's sober now. He's doing good. He made it home. All right, so we got one of these. One of these. Now this set was a total of 65 pieces. So it's kind of an easy set. I got my Harry Potter one here. We're gonna do that one later today or tomorrow or something. Rap Voldemort is coming back with another episode in the Harry Potter universe. But yeah, so we got the police motorcycle. I think I got this at Target yesterday for $10. The other one I paid $15 at Walmart. So we got our motorcycle joint. Put that on the wrong side. And we gotta put our wheels on. These are some big wheels. Go off-roading on this motorcycle. All right, so we got that there. We're gonna go bam. Got a motorcycle. Got the wheels. A little top heavy. So now I'm gonna put this over here. We're taking this one. It's like a real deal motorcycle. This thing is wicked. Check that out. Ooh, Got to be nice tires. See how far we go. Frontward, backwards. Already know. So now we gotta do this. We got the blue on the one side. Now we're gonna do the red. So he's got his police lights. If I ever find myself in handcuffs again, it'll be too soon. Don't want that to happen. So we got that, like that. Oh, it's gotta go in the back. It's kind of the thing, man. Once you put some of these Legos on, you put it in the wrong spot, they're kind of hard to get off. We got that there. And then we got our yellow in the back. It's gonna be a swanged out motorcycle. This here. We got another yellow joint. We're on page 34. We're getting it done. We got the police joint, the star, the shield. And they definitely use that symbol as a shield. So they get away with a lot. Call it immunity to beat on Kevin, because they beat the shit out of me when I got there. I'm not gonna lie. That is a real truth. They hurt me. They hurt me a lot. They don't care. Oh, I guess that's the front. That's the front. And now we got our back. We got a report of a crazy tweaker causing a disturbance and robbing the bank. Time to go to jail, buddy. You'll never get me. Go fast, Lemnah on the run. Oh, we're gonna get you, all right. We're the police.
It's some real life shit. Tell 'em.
Yo, this some real life shit. This ain't no fairy tale. You better stay your ass out the streets if you scared of jail. Cause ain't no code no more. These little niggas are tell. Get out and set up the same nigga that paid they bail. And that's some fuck shit there. I'm stuck in the cell. Listen to this nigga lie about all the drugs that he sell. But he going through withdrawals and he starting to smell. Ain't got no money on his books and ain't getting no mail. What you know about phase one? Only out a couple hours a day for 10 days. It's just day one. You can't sleep and all you do is think. Everybody else you got locked up with the made bond. I'm just trying to go home, dog. But I know these crackers trying to send me down the road, dog. Look, what's my lawyer name? I don't remember. But I ain't fighting my case with no fucking public defender. I hope I get Bassler, Hensley, pro bono. The Commonwealth, you trying to fuck a nigga, no homo. I stay to myself, yeah, I ride dolo. I don't kick it with no snitches and no chomos, man, listen. They say you are who you hang around with. Most of these niggas, they be on some clown shit. I said what I said, man, don't be mad at me. It's hard to stay sucker free in a lollipop factory.